Hello.
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 Let's go!
Hey, kids.
Hey, Dad.
War crimes will be prosecuted.
Does the word duh mean anything to you?
Yeah, I chose this profession, so therefore I earned beer.
You want to go to the matinee?
The feeling is definitely there.
You don't know my name!
It's a new morning in America.
This is the old dude, Howard J. Reynolds.
Step into my office.
Not going to be too many punks.
Don't you stop worrying about the punk?
Fuck you! That's my name!
Yeah, let's go to the punk rock show.
Introducing for your listening pleasure.
Hi, and welcome to the High Fives Punk Rock Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is my co-host, Justin. Justin, how's it going?
It's going good, Mike. How are you?
I'm swell.
Swell.
Just swell.
Swell's great.
Yeah. It's.
I guess great is great. Swell is nice to hear.
Yeah. Is swell better than great?
No, I don't think so.
No? Joyous? I'm joyous. People start saying that again. Not a lot to be joyous about in the world. But what can you do? Before we start, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that listened to that last episode. It was a monster of an episode, especially with Nate joining us and all the little extras I tossed in there. It was a solid 2 and a bit, right?
At least, yeah.
So thank you if you stuck that out. But I hope if you did, you enjoyed it. It was cool to have some people reach out and say that they were now on the search for more Canadian bands after that one. So it's always cool to hear that sort of thing when we do episodes. That's kind of one of the reasons we do this thing is to hopefully get someone interested in a band that they might have never thought about.
Or at least spark some good debate over bands that we like.
Spark some debate.
Yeah.
Well, the only debate we have is whether Strung Out is put out.
No, there's a few, but
yeah, okay.
That's the certainly the long-standing one.
Yeah. It'll never be solved, no matter how many spreadsheets are made. What's new, Justin?
Not a whole lot. Summer is going by fast. We're already approaching what feels like the end of July, and no, it's not quite there, but it's been a lot of vacation time for me, which has been great.
That's good.
Well,
I feel like the summer sucked weather-wise.
It hasn't been the best. Like almost anywhere. Like it's been way too hot if you're out east. And now it's super smoky, rainy, and kind of just like
Allegedly. I don't believe in forest fire smoke. I think it's fake.
Yeah, just like birds.
Yeah. They're just seed. It's just cloud seeding.
It's chemtrails.
Yeah. It's not real forest fire. There's no such a thing as a forest. They're made up. It's all holograms. Don't you know? We're a simulation. It's all in the Alberta doctrine. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the summer's going by quick. I feel like I've wasted it because it's going so quick, and I haven't really done anything. It's kind of sucked. We haven't had a lot of hangouts with friends. We haven't done anything, and I've spent a lot of my time complaining about the World Cup, but also watching every game like an addict. So I have a love-hate relationship with soccer and hockey now. I guess I just love things that I hate. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, what were your overall World Cup thoughts?
My overall World Cup thoughts.
Now that it's all wrapped up in a fairly horrendous final.
World Cup's always fun. I'd be lying to say if I didn't enjoy watching the games, but I also was progressively pissed off as the tournament went on. I can't stand FIFA. I couldn't stand the political interferences in it. 2 of my most hated teams made it to the final. Only saving grace is that Argentina did lose, so the lesser of the evils. It felt like Panthers Oilers Stanley Cup for me, so I hate watched it. The Croatia thing really pissed me off. The VAR stuff was weird, but again, I watched it all. The extra teams weren't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It actually was pretty entertaining. Really showed you that despite some biases. Other, like, a lot of the countries that people thought were going to be like easy wins weren't. They put up a good fight, and it shows you how close everyone's getting. I think in all sports, I think just people are getting closer. Like even if you like want to tie it back to hockey, like there was a time where it was like Canada, Russia, then there was like a lower tier of like the States and the Scandinavian countries, and now I feel like on any given day, like any team could beat any team, and I feel like that maybe is in most sports now. Like everyone's catching up with athletic training.
Powers,
I think you just don't. I think like most things, like people have learned to train and stuff in a different way than maybe like 10 to 20 years ago, and certainly more than 30 years ago. Like athletes are athletes, and there's good athletes everywhere. So anyway, all in all, it was fun, but I hate FIFA, and it was I felt like it consumed a lot of my time, and I feel like you guys were probably annoyed with all my takes in the group chats.
No, it was actually great getting your take on things, because this is literally like I'll watch a little bit of Euro Cup, but like I'll follow World Cup but not know enough to have any real insights into things. So
I'm already all in on like the European competitions. They've started already for the clubs I follow, because they have to start at the very bottom, and then there's Nations League in like September, October, November. So get back on the train.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right.
I'm happy to let that train leave the station. I'll start caring about soccer again in 4 years.
Speaking of sports I don't like, how's your golf game, Justin?
It is getting worse every time I play, which is the opposite of what's supposed to be happening this summer.
Yeah, I feel like you've been playing a lot. I feel like you're living the Happy Gilmore life.
Yeah, but like the bad Happy Gilmore where he gets worse and doesn't get better.
Have you fought Bob Barker, though?
I'm
or
thinking
the ghost
about
of
it.
Bob Barker?
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think he's alive anymore, is he?
I feel like every golf course has an old guy like Bob Barker there.
For sure. Yeah.
Just start fighting him. Have you seen any good movies or TV shows lately?
I just watched The Odyssey yesterday.
Oh, is it good?
And I saw it in the 70mm IMAX format, which was
How
awesome.
art nerdy of you.
Yeah.
No, I want to see it like that too. I
It's-
saw some like things like online about how different it is. So
Yeah, I'm glad I saw it. It is like just a fantastic cinema experience. I won't talk at all about the movie. Just if you get a chance to see it on the intended 70mm format, it's worth checking out. It's nice having like movies that are meant to be movies instead of like designed for streaming and stuff like that.
I wonder if we're going to get back to that. I hope we get back to that at some point, because I often feel like, and I'm terrible for it, it's like, I'm like, oh, I'll just wait till I can watch it at home for free. I won't even like do the rental thing. Like I know other people like rush out to see a movie, but even the ones I'm super excited for, I'm like, I could wait till I make it to streaming. And like, I feel like The Odyssey is the first one I've been like in a while where I'm like, I need to go see that in the theater. And I kind of hope we start getting back to that.
Yeah, it was definitely like it delivers. I don't think you would be too disappointed in how it presents theatrically.
How does it hold up to the actual book?
Well, I did read the whole book. No, I didn't. I have no idea.
You didn't do it in school? Well, I guess.
No.
I had to do it in university, but I can't remember. I'm pretty sure I just used the Coles notes.
Yeah.
Actually, I can almost guarantee I used the Coles notes or whatever they're Coles notes, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a Canadian thing only? It might be a Canadian thing. Whatever. The book version of Wikipedia.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, obviously I know that it's like set in like
ancient Greece.
Yeah,
anyway, it doesn't matter.
Anyways, that's you don't need to know any of that stuff. It's all fine. It's just a fun, good movie to see in the theater.
I got to see Jimmy Eat World at Spruce Meadows, which is phenomenal. I know you're not a huge Jimmy Eat World fan, but for me that was like amazing to see them play in a small, intimate venue.
Is it in the like outdoor amphitheaters in one of the halls?
No, it's like in a barn.
Oh, okay.
Or a Kwanzaa. I don't know. Is that a word? A Kwanzaa?
Quonset?
Quonset. That's the word.
Yeah. Kwanzaa
it's
is
awesome
a
in there,
holiday.
man. Like the sound in there is like outrageously good. It was a great vibe, and like, oh man, it was so good. I'll say Leon Bridges was better in there, but if there's a band you're interested in seeing and they're playing there, it's worth going. It's worth the money because of the setting and the whole venue and everything. Experience is so amazing, very intimate and very it's just very cool, different.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got to see them and in a good venue too. I'm glad it was a good show.
And on that note, Justin and me went to see the Suicide Machines and Bouncing Souls the other day, and Justin pulled the most ultimate old man move I've ever seen. Found the set list times, walked in 1 minute before Suicide Machines played, found Nate and me at the front, which was weird for us to be at the front of the show. Also, don't recommend at our age anymore. Nate kept jumping on my toes, and it really fucking hurt. The show finished, and Justin did a version of an Irish goodbye and was not to be seen again.
Yep. Got out of there before the Bouncing Souls went on.
It was pretty fucking amazing. You were there literally to see Suicide Machines. No chit-chat. Get the fuck out.
Yep.
I expect that from me, but from you, it was impressive.
$60 for 40 minutes of Suicide Machines, and that was it.
That was a ninja exit.
Yeah.
Also, I saw you do something I have only seen a few times in my life.
Well, we don't need to talk about it. Let's just move on.
You took the mic and you sang.
I didn't take the mic. The mic was
handed to you and you sang. And I think you did it to make sure I didn't have to do it, which was really cool of you.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure you saw how nervous I was that I was coming my way. And B, I think that's more you've sang into a mic than your entire time of ever being in a band.
It's probably true. It was a full sentence. I don't even remember what song it was. I just blacked out.
Unlike our friend Nate, who is a whore for the microphone, and was just Jack to take that mic and sing.
Yeah.
Him and Darren from JSM were just a tag team of musical excitement to take that microphone and it was one step below him jumping on stage for Brohim or Broheim. Is it Broheim or Brohim?
Brohim.
Brohim, yeah. Classic Nate move. All in all, show was fun. Did you like the Suicide Machines?
Yeah, I thought they played that record pretty true to form. I liked how one guy shouted out a song and then he was like, "We're not playing those. You don't even know what we're playing, do you?"
That's not what he said. Even better, he was like, "Play the hits."
Yeah.
and the dude from Suicide Machines is like, "I'm pretty sure most of you only want to hear these songs." That guy sucked. He kept touching me. I didn't like it.
It was also funny because they just put out a new album and they didn't talk about it at all. They didn't say anything about it. They didn't say about there's nothing. It was just the destruction of definition, start to finish, and that was about it.
I want to know when young Danzig joined that band to play guitar.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm like, this guy does not look like he plays in a punk ska
Nate said
band.
he's been in there longer than any of the other guys. Basically from the fourth album on. But anyway, I thought it was great. It was fun. That's only the second time I think I've ever seen the Suicide Machines, and the first time would have been on this album when you guys opened for them. And that was a long, long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're fun live. He's still a great front man.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah.
Noted. Yeah, Bouncing Souls were pretty good. You missed out. They're Bouncing Souls-esque. Apparently, Death by Stereo and the Drowns were excellent too, but I didn't make it for that. I did run into a lot of people at that show, which was kind of cool. A lot of people I haven't seen in a long time. I think my brother's girlfriend was there, and she was shocked that I knew people, which says a lot about me.
Once the shock of you actually being out wore off, then it was that you were not only out but you knew people.
Yeah, she looked legitimately shocked that I would know people that were not in my immediate inner circle. But so it was nice to say hi to a bunch of people that I haven't seen in a long time, and it was nice to see the Suicide Machines. One last thing I wanted to bug you about: did you hear CDs are making a comeback, Justin?
Yeah, did we not talk about this at one point?
Maybe we did.
Maybe.
I just saw another thing about CDs making a comeback, and I was just stoked because I think I'm one of the few people that enjoy CDs over vinyl. So I'm excited that my CD collection has become relevant again. Maybe not the actual collection part of it, but
the format.
The format has become relevant again. I'm more willing to buy CDs than vinyl for some reason. I love vinyl. I like how it looks. I do like how it sounds, but I'm more inclined to put a CD on than a record. Although when I finally get a new car, I'm assuming my new car will not have a CD player, which will be a bummer. I'll have to get my Discman out and that some sort of
that aux cord,
some sort of aux cord wire thing that won't work well. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. Justin, have you been listening to anything?
I was thinking about this before the episode, and there's really not been a lot that I have listened to. Not for lack of releases, just I don't know if it's time or what, but the only things that are really sort of jumping out at me that I've given a good listen to was the new Sincere Engineer album.
Mm-hmm. It's so good.
It's really good. I quite enjoyed the last one, and I feel like this one's just like a continued evolution of that, and like an even stronger effort. So, yeah, really liked it. I think the name's pretty funny, Probable Clause, and that's also the name of the tour. I don't think they're coming out here though.
They are not.
Yeah. But yeah, I've listened to it a few times, and there's a couple tracks on it that I think that really kind of stood out to me. So I've enjoyed that one. And then given the new Menzingers a good listen to today as well. So yeah, I think my initial thought was I like it more than I've liked some of their last few releases. It ends a little bit like it sort of tails off as the album goes on, but there's some really good tracks on there.
Yeah, that's sort of how I felt about it too. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to like it. And I mean, I assumed it wouldn't have been bad because they haven't really put out anything bad.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Yeah.
But it's a lot more interesting than I was expecting, and I like that. So I'm going to give it a few more listens and see what's up.
Yeah, other than that, then I've been on a weird Tool kick lately, which we don't need to get into.
No, let's dive into this, Justin. You like Tool?
I think most people. I mean, Tool. Could you hate Tool? I don't know.
I hate Tool.
Why do you hate? Is a big word. Like that's. I can see a lot of people.
I throw the word hate
Tool
around with music.
Yeah.
Hold on. I throw the word around hate with music a lot. I hate Tool. I dated someone that really liked Tool, and I could never get into it. I did go see them live.
Yeah, I was there with you. They were not good live. It was a terrible show.
I didn't like it. Other people have told me it was amazing, but I thought that was...
They would be wrong. It was not a good show live.
No.
I like Tool from like a musical chops perspective, and it's almost like just a brain exercise of trying to figure out what exactly the band is doing from like a measure and time signature perspective and stuff like that.
I'll give you that for sure.
Yeah.
They're definitely talented, and they do... I guess they're like experimental jazz for industrial metal.
Yeah, it's actually weird that people would like them in a lot of ways because it's very bizarre.
It's not my cup of tea, but I do get that people like it. It's just not for me.
That's fair.
And I do, now that you say that, I can see how someone, like the way you like music, I could see how you would like it. It would be interesting. The drumming in it and the recording and the way the songs are put together is very unique and interesting, and in a way I could see you enjoying it for sure.
Yeah, what was the side project of Tool? Perfect Circle?
Perfect Circle? Perfect Circle was a little bit better.
Was that Smashing Pumpkins and Tool? Who else was in that?
Know. I feel like that dude that we think was a narc at our school, Captain Cockring, like Perfect Circle, which also made me believe he was more of a narc. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just made that up. Yeah, it might have been. What would it be? Smashing Pumpkins? That doesn't make sense unless it was the drummer from like Smashing Pumpkins or something.
Josh Freese was in it. That's not a surprise.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so random.
He's in everything. James Iha from Smashing Pumpkins was in it. And the lead singer of Tool.
It was more palatable than Tool, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it sort of had more of a little bit more mainstream rock.
Well, Justin, I'm going to give you 4 bands that you might not like. Maybe you will. I don't know. First band I've listened to is a band called Night Freak, and their album Midwest Rattlesnakes. They're punk rock with a metal edge from Chicago. I first heard about them via the Drunk Dial Fakes comp, which just came out. Sidebar, it's a rad comp and worth getting. It's bands covering fake bands. So like Night Court covers the Zit Remedy, and like I think Night Freak covers the band. What's that Jack Black movie where he's like a music teacher? School of Rock.
School of Rock.
I think they cover one of their songs. Anyway, it's pretty good cause, and it's a fun little comp worth picking up. I think the money goes to people who can't afford legal fees that are detained by ICE and stuff like that. I think that's what I'm pretty sure that's what this is about. Anyway, great comp. It's by Drunk Dial. But back to Night Freak. After hearing that song, I was like, man, I got to check this band out. And they just put out an album. This is their second album. It's 6 tracks of in-your-face punk with tinges of new wave of British heavy metal and hardcore. It's right up my alley, and it should be up yours. Second band is a band called Among Legends, and their album Lose My Grip. They're from Waterloo, Ontario. I'm pretty sure I've never heard of a band from Waterloo before. Have you?
I have not. It's usually just that's where all the smart people go.
That's where the smart people go?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Doing like the top school in Canada.
Waterloo? Which university in Waterloo?
The University of Waterloo.
It's better than McGill or Kingston?
Yeah, isn't that where like Blackberry and all like it's like our...
I think my optometrist went there.
I thought it was sort of our like Silicon Valley kind of school.
It might be. I have no idea. Anyway, I'd actually... Now I've lost my train of thought, but I think Among Legends has been around for a while. They have a few albums. For some reason, I remember them being more pop punk, but on this album, it's really more melodic punk than pop punk. There's shades of 90s Fat Record bands, but with a little bit more edge. There's lots of hooks, and the lyrics are great. The recording and production is really cool. It's like well done, but not overproduced. It's like that sweet spot that I like. That's not... This one's not... It's like not garagey or anything, because I do like a lot of stuff like that, but you know how the late 90s Fat stuff was like before it got super digital, and it just had like that... There was like that sweet spot of where things sounded recorded well, but not like all sucked into that like compression. It sounds like that.
Like
it's really
analog feel to things.
Yeah, it's done really well. Something I appreciated. If you're looking for something that hits that sweet spot of feeling familiar but not a carbon copy, I check it out. I think you'd actually really like this band, Justin. Next band is a band called Rat Salad, and their album Pest from the West. You don't need to shake your head.
It's only... I feel like there's like... If anyone needs to ever get your attention from a band, like that's the name they would have to have.
This one came from Nate. This is not one I found myself. Nate sent this to me. They're from Australia. They don't sing about parties and pizza, so that's like a little bit better than you think when you think of a band called Rat Salad.
Do they sing about surfing and dingoes?
Not really. They do consider themselves chaotic beach punk, so I guess there's that. The lyrics aren't about all that stuff. Their songs about not fitting in, bullying. I think toxic masculinity. Wow, English hard for me to speak. But also their songs about hanging out. This band kind of hits all the subgenres. It's garagey, punk, jangly, but there's also like emo breakdowns, and there's like a horn section for some of the songs. It's a super interesting album. It flows really well. Vocals are rad. Her voice kind of reminds me of another Australian band, but I can't put my finger on it. And as I'm saying that, I kind of feel like that might be just some weird stereotype about Australian female singers having a sound. So sorry if I made that assumption. Either way, album's rad. You should check it out. Justin, you won't like it, but I think a lot of people will.
Rat Salad.
Pest from the West. Last one is a throwback for you. We've brought this band up a bunch on the podcast, probably because they meant so much to us in Calgary. But Pirate Pest has remastered a few of the Knucklehead albums.
Yeah, I saw that. That's
put them out on streaming services. So I've been listening to Little Boots a lot this week, which came out in 1998. I love that album. I kind of wish that they did the other Knucklehead album, the one that's like that Melodia put out with like I can't even remember what it's called. The one that's got like the band played on and all those
Yeah,
kind of.
like Bonnie and Clyde and a couple others. Yeah.
I don't think Bonnie and Clyde's on that. Bonnie and Clyde might be on a tape or something before that. Either way, I was kind of hoping one of those would be up. Maybe they still get to those. But they also remastered Voice Among Us, The New Blacklist, Hearts and Fire. And better yet, they're playing a couple of shows to celebrate. October 10th in Vancouver, November 7th in Calgary. I hate planning that far ahead, but I think I really want to go to this show. So
Yeah, it'll be fun.
hopefully I can make it out to that one. It should be rad. Justin, I'll let you figure out what time the set times are, and we can hit it up.
I'm gonna go see them and them alone.
That's it. That's our list.
It's a song to all my friends I know they like. I remember every drunken night at the old time. Driving the old red trying to make it home somehow. One more pit stop and our favorite watery home. The ghost of Christmas past, swallowed our pride. We open our storybooks and pour down the eyes. Our demons raise their glasses, singing out the falsettos. To all my friends, who's buying the next round? Cup half empty, cup half full, perspectives and fears. They weren't failures, just the regulars of my favorite years. With a mango paying their toll from all the homes. Hanging out outside my thought, goes the Christmas future dancing to the click of time. The beating of defeat, shaking in his hands, a lifetime of retreat. And here's the rest for us, a time to say goodbye. I've been waiting so long for you to come, my old friend.
All right, on to our topic. Justin, do you have anything to say about our topic, or you want me to go with it since I picked it?
It's your topic, Mike. I won't take it away from you.
So our topic this month is friendship. And before we start this, I know we did this topic with Nate for his very last episode of being a host, but I thought this was worth re-exploring with Justin. Much like Nate and myself, Justin and me have been friends forever. Justin's easily one of my closest friends and has always been there for me, good and bad. So I thought talking about friendship with Justin would be great. And I think, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm getting old or something, but I feel like I've been missing hanging out with friends a lot lately. And this summer feels kind of empty. So I thought talking about friendship, it would be fun. And punk rock's got a lot of songs about friendship. It's almost creepy how many songs there are about friendship. It's almost like a cult. Maybe not cult-like, but there's a lot of stuff about being brothers until the end and all that kind of jazz. On that note, you can send Justin and me some money. Join our cult. It's all about being a brother and a friend till the end and coming back to our hometown. I think for friend songs, there's like a bunch of ways you can go. There's hangouts, nostalgia, being there when you need them, even friends with a romantic interest. There's so many aspects to the friendship topic that's pretty wide open. Justin, did you find that when you were trying to come up with this list? Or
Yeah, it was. It wasn't hard to find songs. It was more challenging to sort of narrow them down, and also like exactly what you said. There's a variety of directions that songs about friends can take, and I think I tried to sort of take a few different takes on it. So
good. I did.
Yeah.
I tried that as well with different stuff than we did with the Nate one. I think the Nate one was, when we did this, it was kind of a nostalgic look back at our time doing this podcast. So I hope you're not bored with doing the same topic again. Like I said, it's one of those topics that there's so many songs you could pick that you shouldn't get bored with it. And one quick thing before we move into the topic of friendship. This comes up a lot, I see online and with things, and I'm not trying to get dark or anything like that, but one of the things that I was thinking about as I was looking at songs is to remember to check in on your friends. Even if it's been a bit, you never know what that might mean to a friend that's been missing talking to people and stuff like that. And I think as you get older, it gets harder to connect with your friends. Or I think even in this day and age, I think often we're like, oh, we're in a group chat, I don't need to talk to that person or whatever. So yeah, if you've got a friend out there you haven't talked to a while, shoot him a message, say hi, or try to get together with your friends, have fun.
Yeah, Mike, that's actually a great point. I have this like weird hang up where if it's been like a long time since I've talked to someone, it feels weird to then reach out to them, and then that time gets longer and longer and longer, and you're like, oh, it's been too long, I can't talk to them now. And it's the exact opposite. It's always nice to hear from someone regardless of how much time has gone by, and like assuming there wasn't any sort of like weird reason to stop talking to someone. I think about some of the friendships I've had.
I thought the prostitute was a cop.
You keep using that excuse, Mike. It's not, I mean, it might pan out one day, but
no, sorry. I do agree. I think it is sometimes hard mentally to do that. But I've over the last few years, I've kind of like reached out to people that I haven't hung out with a while and like reconnected. And it's pretty awesome how quick you can jump back in to being friends with somebody. If you, like you said, if there's no like real negative connotations to what happened and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But yeah, what's your first pick, Justin?
Good question. For my first pick, I'm going to go with a band from upstate New York, as a lot of bands are. And doing some quick mental mapping here. This is not the only band from upstate New York that I'm going to pick. These guys.
Is this like your Montreal thing when you're just...
Yeah, just all bands from Montreal, apparently. That's the only place you can have friends is in upstate New York. Another band's from Long Island. I don't know if that's upstate. I guess it's not. It's the island. And people from New York would probably be upset about me saying that.
We're not from New York.
We're not.
It's all the same.
We don't know any better.
No.
The band is Polar Bear Club. The song I picked is called Living Saints. The lyric that really sort of pointed me in this direction is "All my friends are living saints." I'm like, it's a pretty good song title. It came off the Summer of George EP, which was just a preview for their full length that came out on Bridge 9 Records. It was their second release, their second full length release that came out in 2009. I really like the first few releases from Polar Bear Club. I know that they had a number of challenges with the singer basically like losing his voice and having to change the way he sang, and the band just, I don't think, was really able to continue making a go of it, which is too bad because they put out some really fantastic albums and wrote some great songs, including this song. From a friendship angle, this one kind of touches on sort of what we were just talking about, how you have good people in your life, and it's not about like having necessarily a falling out, but sometimes it's just hard to maintain closeness. And I imagine in a band, you manage to form quick friendships that are deep and meaningful, but also very transient. And if you...
That's an awesome description of being friends with people in bands.
Yeah, like it's awesome when you get to see people. Even like a few months ago, we got to see our friend Dale when he came through. His band was opening up for Good Riddance. Awesome to see him, and it's like this like really cool hangout for like 20 minutes, and then they're sort of back into band things and on the road. But like, I imagine a lot of being in a band is just having these, bonded relationships that come and go, and it could be years before you see another touring band that you got to hang out with for a number of months and then don't see for a while. So I think this sort of has a lot of that note to it in terms of like talking about like, is a friendship being challenged by time or long distance. And it's not even that. It's not about breaking off a friendship. It's just sometimes it's hard to keep one going.
Yeah, that's a cool point. Circling back to the transient friend thing, do you think maybe that's some of the reason that like fests do so well, like with amongst bands, because it's like 3 days where these people all hang out together again, like more so than like not only are you fans of the bands, but the bands are hanging out with each other and like reconnecting and actually spending more than like one night in a bar for 20 minutes with each other, or maybe like 3 hours or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think that's
like they're so successful.
Yeah, I think that's a huge part of it is whether it's I think a number of bands at Pooza sort of touched on that and how great of a festival it is I think that was a large reason why. I think Fest down in Gainesville has a lot of that appeal as well. And I think Warped Tour on a larger scale is probably awesome for a number of those bands to be able to see each other and hang out, especially since they're think of anyone that's sort of our age, and a number of those bands kind of stopped touring and putting out stuff and sort of got back into the mix, after a family and kids and all that kind of stuff. It would be amazing to like go hang out with your buddies from a band that you haven't seen in 10 or 15 years at Warped Tour.
Yeah, for sure. It's great. I love Polar Bear Club. Always remind me of you. I think you're the one who showed me Polar Bear Club. Maybe when you were living away. I think maybe even you sent me something back when we had to talk on like Messenger.
Yeah.
What a weird time.
I ICQ'd them to you.
Yeah. It might have been. No, was it ICQ?
No,
it might have been.
No,
okay.
This is like...
It was Messenger, at least, I think. Either way, you told me
at
about
least
them.
Either way, yeah. Skype, maybe? Probably Skype.
Oh, it could have been Skype. Wherever I sent my nudes to.
Mm-hmm. They're out there somewhere.
Yeah, they're floating around.
They're out there everywhere.
Great pick. Like I said, like that band a lot. Yeah, I feel like I always try to go back to listen to that last album of theirs. I want to love it just because I like the other ones, and I'm like, I don't know. But I think you're right. I think just with everything, it just was never clicked again.
Yeah.
I feel like the singer has been in other bands, and I can't remember them now, but I'm sure they're all in bands or not. Maybe they all work in retail now. I don't know. So my song, every group of friends kind of has that one friend that can light up the room. And when they show up, it's going to be a good time. Like, I'm not that guy. Justin, realistically, you're probably not that guy. I don't know who would be that guy in our friend group. Like someone that like when they show up, it's going to be like a good party. I don't know who it would be. Are we just all miserable?
Probably Sleazy.
Yeah, fuck. It's a good time to sleazy someone out.
Yeah.
His name's Sleazy. Anyway, this next song is an ode to that friend who makes the night great. The song is Rock and Roll Friend. The band is Patsy's Rats, and I just realized now that it's rats at the end, and I did not do that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Patsy's Rats were from Portland, Oregon. It's made up of Patsy Gelb and Christian Blunda. Patsy's the daughter of Howie Gelb, who is an alt singer-songwriter, like pretty prolific and popular in that alt world. Do you know him or no? No. Yeah, it's probably not like, it wouldn't have been our cup of tea, but like, anyway, he's pretty popular. And Christian is from Mean Jeans and his own solo stuff. They had a handful of releases, mainly splits and singles. And then I believe a full length came out that compiled this all together sometime in like 2018. I feel like this actual song came out in 2016 or something like that. They play power pop, garage rock, punk with strong hooks that have a 70s feel to it. The song itself is an anthemic tribute to their friend Mikey Hodges of Pop Zeus, who passed away in a motorcycle accident, and it really captures the feelings of having a good time with your friend. It's upbeat with jangly guitars and the kind of song that gets stuck in your head. And as the band says, so go on, call your going out friend, tell them you want to dance, and then dance. And yeah, I just figured that's the kind of song I wanted to pick and start this episode off with, like an ode to those friends that you're gonna have a good night with.
Awesome. Cool pick. I know nothing about it and look forward to hearing it.
It's got a rat in it. You love a rat song.
Mm-hmm. All right. First picks for the Friendship episode 125. I am going with Polar Bear Club off the Summer of George EP, as well as a full length whose name has just escaped me.
Chasing Hamburg, maybe?
Yeah, Self-Chasing Hamburg. Thank you.
Wow. I pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah. What a grab. The band is Polar Bear Club. The song is Living Saints.
Patsy's Rats, Rock and Roll Friend.
I got my fingers on a broken picture frame. The world lit up watch the same way. It's not fair, and night has it been. All my friends are living saints. They're killing me for weeks. A garden weed that cracks concrete. It hasn't been for long. Growing up us and fall and don't reminisce. See, it's just not fair. Not everyone moved on.
All right, we are back with the second picks for the friendship episode. The second friendship episode, the real friendship episode.
The Super Friends episode.
Super Friends.
Yeah.
We're like the perfect circle of friends. It's a super group.
I don't want to be associated with that.
I'm going to take, of course, without having heard the song that you played, I'm going to take the idea of a rock and roll friend and go in a bit of a different direction with it. Maybe it's the antithesis of that. And this is brought...
Well, now who can't speak English?
Yeah, me, obviously. It's impossible. The band I'm going to go with is no stranger to the podcast. I'm sure I've picked them before. I've probably even picked the song before, but who cares? The band is Latterman. The song I'm going to go with is Fear and Loathing on Long Island, because they're from Long Island, which may or may not be in upstate New York. And I thought of this song because I was like, is this song about friendship? I'm like, it's sort of about not being friends anymore. And then I thought about it in a different way, and it's almost like, as much as like friendship is about like good times and for a lot of bands and for a lot of people, ourselves included, friendship was about like partying and hanging out and going out and getting drinks and there are no shortage of punk songs about how great it is to like throw your arms around a buddy and crush a couple beers, and this is almost the opposite of like you don't need to have friendships that are rooted in destructive behavior or enabling bad habits, and drinking would be the least of those. There's a lot of drugs and a whole bunch of other stuff that people tend to get themselves in through friends. And I think Latterman has taken the approach of like friendship doesn't need to be rooted in self-destruction. And the lyrics like get me home again, start to search for a good friend, I think is really pertinent. A lot of the times you find yourself surrounded with people who are good times and good hangs, but then you realize that the only reason you hang out is because you want to party or they want to party, or you're sort of just almost in this like endless loop of like it's another weekend out, it's another like Wednesday that turns into a train wreck, like that kind of stuff. And
I feel targeted.
I think we were all bad for it at varying points, but like I like the Latterman approach of like you can still be friends with somebody and not have to go through that if you don't want to, and it's okay to step away from maybe the things that you were friends over, but you can still be friends with someone.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I think, I mean, personally speaking, I think we're pretty lucky that our close group of friends is more like that. Like we don't need each other. We don't need to party to hang out. We could just hang out and talk. We could play a board game. We could, well, that sounded really nerdy, but
that was honestly maybe the most fun we've had is 9 of us playing a board game one night.
But like we can do that sort of thing. And I mean, I always like when we worked in bars and things like that, I feel like those are those kind of friends. Like you're like, yeah, when I'm working in a bar, I hang out with these people and we get loser pissed and Courtney Love drunk and have a lot of great time with these people. It's not a knock on them, but that's your only connection to them. It's almost kind of like if you play sports. Like I always say, like I played hockey with all these guys, and yeah, they were my friends. But once I quit hockey, they weren't my friends.
Yeah,
like yeah, I got along with them, and I'd go for beers after, or like even like do stuff with them outside of hockey. But once hockey, the joining factor was that we played hockey together. Otherwise, we had no real friendship connection. Whereas like someone like you, I've been friends with for like 30 years now, probably. Right? Has it been that long? No, not 30. Close.
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, 30 years. Like we've been friends, and like I don't need to get drunk with you to have a good time with you. I can go and we can watch a movie, we can play a board game, we can like just go for a drive or whatever, and just talk on the phone for like 15 minutes and things like that. And that's more important. And I'm guessing that's what you're getting at with this song.
Yeah, it's like sort of the depths of true friendship run deeper than maybe the things that bring people together in the first place.
Cool, great pick. I love Latterman. I love basically all their gazillion bands that spin off from them too. So I was kind of stoked that you picked them because I didn't even think about them for this, and they do have a few songs I think that would work for this. My next song is about those good times you have with your friends, and maybe at the time they don't feel as important as they do now when you look back. There's a line from The Office, and it might even be from other things other than The Office, but it's I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you actually left them. And for me, it's those long summer nights we used to do, just hanging out, driving around, hanging in parking lots, talking about stupid things, going to all ages shows, postering the town for shows we were putting on, playing tag even though we were too old to play tag, doing stupid stuff like stealing gnomes, but mainly just hanging out as a big group of friends. It's probably the thing I miss most about being young, just hanging out with all our friends and doing all that stuff and it not really mattering. And it's funny because back then I would get annoyed that we had no real plans. Like I always thought we should be doing something better, or like, but man, I would kill for like that kind of life again. Just like hanging out at a parking lot, going to 7-Eleven, getting some Slurpees, as long as they don't get tossed at my car.
It was a good throw.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I feel like we, from a timeline perspective, really lucked out because we were just starting to get cell phones, or more accurately, our parents had cell phones that we could borrow on a Friday or Saturday night, so we could at least like get in touch with each other enough to make a plan. I think you have to pay by the minute, so it's not like you could have a
No, it was free like after like
Oh, sorry, it's free after 9. Yeah.
or 9, yeah. So like you had to like really worry till about 9 o'clock.
Yeah. But then all we did was like make a plan to meet up wherever and then do nothing or make something out of nothing. And that's where like tag came from, or Car Wars, or like hide and seek in a community, or whatever it was. Just doing dumb things because we didn't have like
Seeing whose car could make it down a hill without going in to drive.
we didn't have like the internet really, right? Like it wasn't like we would hang out and like there was no gaming online or anything like that. There was no like social media or anything like that. Thankfully, most of our stuff wasn't captured on video as easily.
Yeah. Although we never captured ordering orange juice without pulp, which for some reason we thought was really funny.
Yeah. Or going through a
Don't know why.
drive-through in reverse.
That's sketchy.
But it was easy. Like we were able to like entertain ourselves without needing like, like all the technology stuff. I wonder about kids now that, like, I get that it's like things are just different, and I'm not trying to be like an old man about it, but it seems weird to like hang out with your friends online. And I'm trying to be really good about like having my kids like understanding that that's how they socialize and that's how their connections are built. So if they're online, like if they're just playing Roblox, I'm like, it's time to put the
But
iPad
I think
away.
even that
But
is connecting.
if they're playing with their friends, then I'm like, okay, like, oh, your friend's joining you. Yeah, like take an extra 20 or 30 minutes and keep playing, because that's like, it's hanging out with your friends. Yeah.
It's a weird thing, but I think, yeah, you're right. Like, it's hard to not be old man about it and be like, we used to do things this way, so you should do it this way. Anyway, all that, the band is Turnover. The song is...
Oh, that's right.
Time.
You're gonna talk about a song.
The song is Time, off their self-titled EP, which is their first release from 2011. Turnover are from Virginia, I believe. And I think they have 5 or 6 albums and a handful of EPs. They're a band I didn't really know until later on, but I really enjoy them. Each release is kind of different. They've definitely evolved from an emo pop punk band to sort of a shoegazy indie rock band over time. This song is very of the pop punk emo ilk, which is a genre that really lends itself to this sort of theme. I'd probably make the argument that 2000s pop punk emo hardcore stuff is littered with songs about being friends or choosing your friends or staying connected with your friends. Yes, exactly. And there's a line from this song that made me think about it for the episode. Abandoned parking lots with my best friends, remembering the days. We won't grow up. We'll live this life for years. And you probably won't live that life for years, but it's great to think you might. And those are the great times. If you can remember when that's happening, just remember that those are great times. And it's something you might never get back, to have that freedom hanging out with your buddies and stuff like that, when real life kicks you in the gut and you have to do things. So enjoy hanging out in the parking lot.
Cool. I'm trying to remember this band because I feel like the name sounds familiar, like sort of the scene that they're in seems really familiar, but I can't place them. And I wonder if it's just like one of those bands that I just missed out on.
I missed out on them totally. I don't think we were listening to a lot of this kind of music when this stuff came out. Like, I feel like this sort of pop punk emo was not our jam when it was coming out again. And I kind of came into them when I heard one of their more like shoegazy indie rock songs, and I really liked it. And then, but I always knew they were a pop punk band. Like I kind of associated them with like, I don't know, like I can't think of one of those kind of bands. Like
4 Years Strong or something like that?
Yeah, like those kind of bands.
Yeah.
I don't think they're the same group, but yeah, like all those kind of bands. And I think was a little bit sort of just missed us because we had moved on. But like I said, they're different now, but this first album is very pop punky and
Awesome. Look forward to checking it out. All right, second picks for our friendship episode. Off the album No Matter Where We Go, it's the band Latterman and the song Fear and Loathing on Long Island.
Turnover, and the song is Time.
Our third pick's Mike. It's been a handful of episodes, at least, since I've chosen a song from this band, so it should come as no surprise that they're going to make an appearance, especially since they released a new album last week. The song is not off their new album. It is off the album On the Impossible Past, which is it my favorite? It's got it's their third full length. Yeah. I was going to say, is it my favorite? It's got to be in my top 10 favorite albums of all time.
Wow. That's bold. But
trying to think, maybe top 5? Top 10 for sure.
This podcast isn't about ranking stuff. We made that clear last episode.
True. Yeah.
Only Nate likes to rank.
This album came out in February 2012 on Epitaph Records. I think it is my favorite Menzingers album. And I went with a song that's not what I would consider one of my favorite songs, but one that I like more and more the more I listen to it. The song is Mexican Guitars.
Oh, great song.
Interestingly, Punk News called it not only the best song on the album, but the greatest song the Menzingers have ever written.
Punk News was pulling a pitchfork here, hey? Just glazing.
That was quite the take. I love this from... There's something about, and I know I've talked about this on the episode, where the Menzingers lyrically can write in a way that makes me genuinely believe that I could have grown up in like a Philly suburb. The stories are like simple but believable and very easy to just like see myself in the settings, and like, you know, the lyrics of, you were an old friend, the kind I could confide in and drink with on random neighbors' porch steps. It's just, and then it goes on to say, like, our glassy eyes painted portraits off the streets. And it's like I can see that. It was like us doing nothing, just hanging out at somebody's house, having a couple drinks, and just like bullshitting about whatever music or movies or school or work or whatever was going on. And those are like just like these really formative years. I think it's the right time and the right people just sort of makes, you know, kind of makes for how those friendships are forged. The song goes on to, like, it talks about like bad tattoos and the bands that like used to listen to, and then it was all triggered by like listening to the radio, presumably in an American muscle car.
Obviously.
And then it's sort of just
or a
triggers
diner.
On the way to the diner. Triggers this memory of like hearing a song that they both learned on their Mexican guitars, which again is like when you're in a band and starting out, Mexican guitars were notoriously like the cheapest instruments, but it's the ones you bought. Like you could afford like a Mexican Telecaster or a Mexican Stratocaster, because the American ones were just too expensive. And just that idea of like, you know, nostalgia and how like a memory can be triggered to a time when maybe that night on a random porch step didn't mean much, but it gets triggered and just brings back like this flood of nostalgia 10 or 20 years later.
That's great. That's kind of what I was getting at with the last one. It's like those moments, and you get older, that you realize are way more important than so many of the other stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like sometimes like when you're a teenager, you think about like you get into an argument over something stupid, like, or like someone did something. Those things don't fucking matter. It's like, it's those little things that matter, those nostalgic moments.
Yeah.
That's what you look back on and you're like, oh man, that's great. That's why we're friends.
Yeah.
Great pick, Justin. Love this band. Love that song. Love that album.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured I didn't actually even look at them, but I figured they had to have at least a handful of songs about being friends.
So many. I just kind of like this one because it wasn't the first one that I thought of, and the more I kind of listen to it, I'm
song.
like, yeah, this one sort of really nails the idea of like friendships born from shared boredom.
That's very relatable. So I kind of touched on how there are a ton of pop punk and emo hardcore songs about being friends. Most of them lean towards the idea of being brothers or hanging with the boys. It's very male-coded. The genre is, to some extent, very male-coded. But I know that guys just can't corner the market on being there for their friends, so I wanted to pick a song that highlighted that from a female perspective. The song I went with comes from a band called, I think it's RR, like the Pirates, R, or it's R-E-R-E. I'm not too sure. I brought them up on the podcast a long time ago when this EP came out in 2020. But they're a feminist punk rock band from Malmo, Sweden, that play garagey punk rock with an edge. Malmo's where you went to school, right?
It was,
Is that where you
yeah.
went?
Yep.
Yes. What's Malmo like? Because the band described it as "quote unquote" the dirty South.
That is definitely how it's perceived in Sweden. It's been called the Detroit of Sweden.
Which works for the garagey punk rock aspect.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely grittier than a lot of other, like, certainly like Stockholm is a very like sort of prim and proper. Gothenburg, or Göteborg as they would call it, is like the most amazing like heavy metal rock and roll, but very like I guess like it's still touristy and clean and all that kind of stuff, and Malmo's just like it's got more of a working town feel.
Okay. That's probably what they're getting at, and it comes across in their music for sure. The song I picked is called "Me and My Fat Ass Friends," which is an interesting title, and it's about
Also
being
describes no one in Sweden. It's like the fittest people.
It's about being there for your friends and having their back, which is, in the end, that's something you want all your friends to do for you, right? Whether it's romantic, like a breakup, or something struggling with work, or just the good times too, like as a congratulatory thing, or for support. I think you just want to know your friends are there for you, and that's what I feel like this song is about. And apparently there's no fat asses in Sweden, so it's a big lie.
Yeah,
despite
all the
it's not.
salted licorice they consume.
Salted licorice?
It's fucking
Go
gross.
on.
It's gross.
It sounds gross.
If anyone is listening and has had Swedish salted licorice, I would love to know your thoughts on it, especially if you like it. Please explain to me how it could possibly taste good.
There was a show about someone that moved to Sweden. Did you ever see that one? I think with like Amy Poehler's brother.
Yeah, it was great.
It was pretty funny. But I feel like there was like something with eating fish that was like salted too. Like,
yeah, there's actually, you can see a lot of videos online for it. It's like I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, but it's like sunstrumming or something like that, and it's a fermented fish.
Sounds terrible, but
it's like you watch the videos and like as soon as you crack the can, like people are vomiting because it smells so vile.
I eat sour cabbage rolls, so
I
smells like
don't think
death.
it even compares.
I don't know, sour cabbage rolls, when my grandma makes it, like, and you have to like let the cabbage ferment in your garage, fucking smells like a dead animal. So yeah, I get it. Everyone's got their cultural things. Salted licorice and fermented fish are not for me, but this band is, so yeah, so I picked this song.
All right, good pick, Mike. Love a band from Malmo City. For the fourth pick, sorry, that was a long pause.
That's
for the
okay.
fourth pick? This is for
Cut
the
out
third
for
pick.
a second. This is the third pick.
Yeah, third pick. I went with the one and only Menzingers off the album On the Impossible Past, and the song is Mexican Guitars.
Are Me and My Fat Ass Friends.
The kind I could confide in. 'cause everything that's happened has left me a total wreck. And everything that I do now is meaningless. So I'm off to wander around the world for a little bit, without 100 channels, with nothing on the TV, and the great pessimistic unknown. So does anyone know the best way to go? Which road that I could take to get to Mexico? 'Cause I'm so sick of living in this ditch, with only the memory in the back of my head. I'm on cruise control, and the radio was on. Yeah, they're playing that song that we both learned on our Mexican guitars. I'm on cruise control, and the radio was on. I'm playing that song that we both learned on our Mexican guitars. 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 You were my old friend.
Hey girl, you wanna know? There's a million reasons for you to go. Don't let that asshole keep you down. There's no finer ass than yours in town. We got your back. Me and my best friends. We got your back. Me and my best friends. Hey girl, just let us know. We'll be there in a sec with a bottle of rum. Dress your juicy ass and come along. We'll dance all night to your favorite songs. We got your back. Me and my best friends. We got your back. Me and my best friends. We got your back. Me and my best friends. We got your back. Me and my best friends.
All right, we're on to our fourth picks for our friendship episode. This band has also been talked about quite a bit on the. I shouldn't say quite a bit, but we've certainly talked about this band on the podcast. I'm going to dip back to their second album, which came out in 2010. The album's called Expect the Worst, which is also what usually gets delivered. The band is the Dopamines, and the song I picked is called Cincinnati Harmony. Do you know the song? You must know the song.
I do know the song.
Yeah.
It was on a short list for this episode. So.
Okay, look at that. This is almost, again, a very different take on friendship. This is about like how somebody that they knew or were friends with has taken, their life has gone a drastically different direction. And this is like a sarcastic and bitter rebuke to this person's life and success. Somebody that's got, the new house and great job and everything's going well for them. And then the singer is saying like, how's it going with me? Well, since you asked, I'm clinically depressed. I lost my job and everyone thinks I'm worthless. So, I think it was a very interesting take on friendship, and just how.
Well, there is that thing, right?
Yeah, and sure, it happens in a lot of friend groups where like people just go in very different directions. I think our friend group has stayed like relatively close. Certainly, like, and there's no one in a friend group that flaunts their success, but we also have friends that are like quoted in the Globe and Mail and like have a semi-direct line to like major political figures. So it's interesting how friends can diverge through.
Yeah,
through
sometimes
life.
like with our group of friends, and by no means like it's nothing that anyone does, but I often feel inadequate with our friends because of that. I'm like, man, some of our friends are fucking successful, and like, I don't know. I feel like I'm just scraping by sometimes.
You've got the best podcast out of all of our friends.
It's true. Well, that I know of. Maybe someone's got one. Who knows? Tyler's a dean, associate dean.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe he's got a podcast. But anyway, I do feel a lot of times inadequate compared to a bunch of them. But I mean, like, and again, nothing they ever say. But I could see how as some people, like even farther down the totem pole of quote unquote success in life might feel that way with their friends, especially if you're like trudging it out in bands and stuff like that. And you're like, yeah, man, like I just slept in my van when we drove all night, slept in the van, played a show. It was pretty rad. And then somebody else is like, yeah, well, like I had work this week, so I couldn't do that. Or it's basically I sleep in my own bed at home. I sleep in a race car. So I do get that. It's an interesting take on friendship, and it's something. If you can still stay friends with somebody despite that, is always impressive too.
Yeah, I think that's that's interesting too, right? Is that something where friendships can sort of like still persevere through that, or is it something that's sort of like just people end up on a just on paths that are too different and don't really connect back together? There's probably a bit of both depending on your friendships.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, I think we're lucky with our friends that doesn't happen, but I'm sure it does happen. Is there anything else you want to say about the Dopamines other than that they're a fucking rad band?
Yeah, they're awesome, and this is a great song.
I'd love to see them live. Have you seen them live before? I know they played Sate, which is like such a random place, and I should have went, but I didn't.
Yeah, that wasn't terribly long ago, right?
Oh no, it's a long time ago now.
Oh, I feel like they were here not that long ago.
Really?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't.
No, I don't think I've ever seen them.
Yeah. Anyway, I would love to see them. Sticking with the theme of being there for your friends, specifically through a breakup, like the last song touched on, your friends can be there for you at your lowest, and sometimes that's the end of a relationship. I always thought this song was about leaving someone and saying, fuck it, I've got friends, what do you got? But after going through the lyrics the other day, I think it might also be about the person not liking that you have friends and not liking your friends. And I was thinking about that. We've all had these relationships where the significant other doesn't jive with your friends. And it's always a bummer because you kind of get tossed in the middle of choosing between your friends and your significant other. And I think that can wreck both sides of the relationship, both with your friends and their romantic partner. But one thing you sort of, if it doesn't work out, you've always got your friends. The band is The Jealous Sound. The song is called Got Friends, and it's originally off their digital-only EP, Got Friends. They came out in 2008 and was later reissued on the reissue of A Gentle Reminder, which is the last thing they put out by the band, I think. I always get this band really mixed up because they're there's a hodgepodge of bands associated with them, like Knapsack and Racket Club, and there's a couple other bands in there. So I always kind of forget the order of things that came out, but this is a band like an old friend that always gets me through rough times. So I thought of this song as soon as I put this list together. I mean, I think that's something relatable. If either way, if the song is about just saying, fuck you, I've got friends, I don't need you, or if it's about having to sometimes choose between your friends and your relationship. I think both are relatable things and aspects of friendship that are sometimes tossed your way.
Yeah, good pick. I haven't heard the Jealous Sound in a while, so I look forward to giving this a listen.
Yeah, I think you might actually like them a lot more now than...
Yeah, I was kind of, as I was saying that, I'm like, I wonder if I would like them more now than maybe I would have back in the time. And I've, a few of the bands off that sound, like Knapsack, for instance, I like more now than I would have back then.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Definitely check them out.
All right. Fourth picks for Friendship. Off the album Expect the Worst, it's the Dopamines and Cincinnati Harmony.
The Jealous Sound, Got Friends.
With the keys to your new home. What do I think of those successes? Now wait a moment while I hold my head up to stifle yawn. This is my opinion. What do I think of those successes? Why don't you ask me in 45 minutes when I'm drunk off my ass? So next time you won't ask. good thing go. Did you get what you want from me? I've done things you can't believe. I'm not that person anymore. It's so much different than before. You have no idea. You have no idea. You waited your whole life for things to change. You held your breath so long, you got nothing to say to me. I get by, I got friends, and sometimes we just get high. So don't try to defend, yeah, don't even try. You've had what everyone wants, don't you know? You just watch everything die and let the good thing go. You've had what everyone wants, don't you know? You just watch everything die and let the good thing go.
Welcome back. Justin, you can go eat some salted licorice dipped in fish.
Fermented fish.
Everyone else, thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for always supporting us. Thanks to the WhatsApp group. Thank you to anyone who submits a list. If you want to send in a list for this episode or any of our other ones, we love checking them out, and we do post them and check out the bands and that sort of thing. So send them our way. If you're new here, please like or subscribe to our podcast on whatever service you may be using, or leave a nice comment on the streaming service or our Instagram. You can get in touch via our Instagram account at High Fives Podcast. You can subscribe on Substack, which will keep you up to date with episodes. It has links to the bands we've been listening to the listener lists, and stuff like that. The address for that is highfivespunkrockpodcast.substack. It's kind of like a bastardized version of a web page for us, because I'm too cheap to pay for a web service. If you like our podcast and you think someone you know might be into it, please share with them, because I think that works much more in our favor than any algorithm or forced listen on a streamer. So please tell your friends to listen, and hope you enjoy this episode and keep listening to us. Hope you all have a great summer, and make sure you get out some serious hangs with your friends and reach out to them and say hi. And that's it. Justin, do you have to say thank you to anyone?
Yeah, just want to say thank you to everyone that listens. I think it's awesome that people do. Thanks for being friends with us, whether it's through the chat or in real life. And Mike, thanks for being a pal. Thanks for being my friend.
Well, thank you for being my friend. Thanks for saying thanks to people. I don't think you've ever done that.
I usually don't, so I just thought,
I appreciate it. First to Mike, now this. Look at you.
It's a new man.
New you. Again, nothing better than being friends with you, Juice. Thanks for doing this with me. On to our last picks.
All right. This is coming off the Montreal High Pooza Fest train that I've been riding. And the song fits so well with this topic. It starts off with the words, "All my friends are going places, and I'm just burning all my bridges. They seem to have it all worked out, and I'm just trying to keep it loud." So it really kind of fits in with that Dopamine's theme of like the challenges of like being in a band and sort of honing your craft as a musician, especially in punk rock, versus growing up, quote unquote, growing up and doing the whole, college career thing. The song is "Oh Brother," the band is Make War. First of all, seeing this band live, I know we talked about it a couple episodes ago, was phenomenal. They're so good. This song is like one of the best songs. I think I actually turned to you while we were watching them. I'm like, this might be one of the best songs of the last like 10 years.
Oh, I don't like to say stuff like that, but I would probably be comfortable in saying it's probably one of the best punk rock songs of the last 10 years for sure.
Yeah.
Like, phenomenal.
Yeah, I just love the story it tells of like sort of being a lost kid, not knowing what your place was and just sort of drifting, and then finding the world of punk and how meaningful it was to sort of like have a cohort of people that were into the same things as you, that believed in the same things as you, that sort of pushed you to start a band and to find things that are meaningful to you. I love that it also touches on giving that up and like the idea of like trading in for a desk and stability. And
As you're forced to do sometimes.
Yeah, and instead, like pushing back, and I think for the band, it really meant like just putting it all out there. And I just love as the song builds, just that idea of like screaming your lungs out and just living everything to its fullest and putting your heart and soul into everything you're doing. I think that's true for music, for any passion that you're following, and it's certainly true for friendships. I think the most important ones are the ones that you give your all to, because it comes back to you, and it comes back to you tenfold. So, yeah, love the song. I think it's super meaningful, and just a rad way for us to end the podcast.
So glad you picked this, Justin, because I wanted to pick it. I'm like, I bet you Justin picks it, so I'm just stoked you picked it. I think you nailed everything about that song and what that means and how it relates to friendships and even to our personal lives and stuff like that. So great pick. Last song that I picked is an ode to our friends in many ways. It's a band featuring our friends. It's a band we put out on our label. It's not so much specifically about friends or friendship, but I think the theme is very friend-coded. The band is Life After High School, and the song is LAHS, or Life After High School. So one of the funny things about our group of friends, and something we've discussed a little bit on this episode is, and something we've discussed kind of with our group of friends over the last few years, is somehow we all stayed friends after high school, which is, I think, is pretty rare the more and more I'm out in the world and I talk to people and they're just like, you're still friends with all the same people you were in high school. And I'm not really sure why we did or how that worked, but we clung together. And I kind of think maybe it was because we were sort of misfits. Like, we fit together, but not like we weren't all the same. Like, we weren't on a hockey team. We weren't football guys, or like we weren't all in drama, or we didn't all skateboard. We all did these little things and somehow meshed together, and it almost worked better because we weren't all exactly the same. I mean, there's obviously lots of similarities, and like we do the common threads like punk rock and stuff like that. But I mean, like a lot of our friends don't care about punk rock anymore. Like there's maybe only like a few of us that are really into music still. But somehow this all just like clings together, and it's like the stupid stories, it's all that stuff. And somehow we survived high school, and after high school, some of us, I think the majority of us are still friends from high school. Like, I don't think we've met anybody out in the group that's not from high school.
Nope.
Not really, anyway. Like, no one's ever like, there's been people that have like infiltrated, but no one's really like stuck around. Which is like, it's weird. And it's like, I don't know if it's good or bad. I don't know if that says about us not wanting to make more friends, or if it just is so perfect that we don't need more people, or what it is. There's a song there's a line in the song, Life After High School, you go your way, I'll go mine. We did go our own ways, but we found out we all still needed each other. So it didn't matter if you moved away, did your own thing, had a family, got a job. The minute we're together, it all works out. Like, we spent the last 30 years hanging out every night. It's like, even if you haven't seen somebody for like 5 or 6 years, the minute we're together, like the old jokes come out, everything works, and it's just like we've been hanging out and there's been no time missed at all. Are we lame because of that? Probably. Are we too lazy to make friends? Maybe. I know I hate making new friends, but I'm kind of weird. Selfishly, I think it rules. Back to the song. The actual song is awesome. This is maybe my favorite thing we ever put out.
Yeah. I love the song. I like the album, and this is my favorite Life After High School song. I
I
actually
wish-
wanted to cover it in 5-spot, but Steve was not.
That would have been really
wanted
funny.
no part of covering his own song.
I really wish we could reissue this album or put it online. There's some issues with some of the band members not being interested in that. Brett and Steve, if you're listening, you should talk to them and let me put it out again. Anyway, if you want to hear more from this band, I could always send you something. Because again, it's not online or anything like that. But I do have copies of it, and not copies of the actual album, but I do have digital versions of stuff I could share, or I will share unless somebody in the band tells me I'm not allowed. But man, I think if I could reissue this album, I would. Anyway, great album, great song, great friends.
Yeah, good people.
Good people, did you say?
Yeah, good people in the band.
Yeah, for sure. We might be biased, but we think they're good people.
All right, Mike, that was a great episode.
That was a lot of fun. I was super tired today, and it worked out. So, okay. I don't know if the coffee or the Gatorade helped, but I'm glad we got it through. And you just came back from a road trip like an hour before, so even more impressive that you were able to do it. So,
And boy, are my arms tired.
your arms.
Just flew in from...
I assumed you were driving like that lady that fell asleep in her Tesla.
I wish.
Did you
When I
see
first,
that?
when I saw that, I'm like, how could they do that? Also, I wish I could do that, especially driving back from Edmonton. It's like the worst drive.
It is a bad drive. I think
Yeah.
you have to pay attention from that drive, though. It's like driving on Deerfoot the whole way.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for doing this, Justin. Thank you again for listening, people.
Off the 2016 album, Developing a Theory of Integrity, the band is Make War, and the song is Oh Brother. Hey, that's not true. Off the 2019 album, Get It Together, the band is Make War, and the song is Oh Brother.
Life After High School, LAHS. Thank you for listening. Stay cool and be excellent to each other.
All my friends are going places, and I'm just burning all the bridges. They seem to have it all worked out, and I'm just trying to keep it loud. This is where the story goes. This is how I lost my voice. When I was 15, I didn't care about anyone. High school was just another distraction, with no highs but lows and fucking ups. But that's when I found it, and it sounded like feelings. I didn't get the words, but I knew they had meaning. I was lost and found, the sound that made me feel alive. Welcome to the world of punks, freaks and geeks and silly drugs. Welcome to starting a band, skipping school when stress gets high. By 22, I forgot what I was doing, just getting lost inside my father's wishes of trading music and adventure for a desk with limitations. Welcome to your 9 to 5. If you're cold and sick, you better be dying. Welcome to stability, the king of boredom and routine. Do you remember when we were truly happy? 3 simple chords and everyone is dancing. I'm looking forward to that time again, and I'll say, hey, stop wasting time, you got this. I want you to follow what makes you feel different. I want you to struggle, bet your just get blisters. I want you to dream big, bigger than I ever did. I want you to fight for it. I want you to fall in love again. I want you to lose your voice too, screaming your heart out. Just sing your heart out.
Get serve.